So hello YouTubers on February 6th, Wednesday, 2019. And Joe Kersey here on the YouTuber Joe Kersey YouTube channel. And if you watch the preceding video, you'll see it sort of, it sort of summarizes some, like another raccoon being caught, which is great. And the good Jake was up here this afternoon late, and we didn't have any fresh catches. None on the outside, none on the two inside ones. I think maybe we don't need to have like two on the inside, but I haven't broached that with him. I might talk to him about that tomorrow. On the other hand, I just didn't catch the ones that are in the inside, preferable to the ones outside, so maybe I won't say anything. I've not heard anything overhead since the first one was caught on the inside. So for those of you excuse me, who've been following this saga, this is where we stand. All right. So, more peanut butter and marshmallows for the for the raccoons. He says a lot of the peanut butter gets eaten off in the interim because of the mice. Because the mice come in and eat the peanut butter. Well, mice come in and eat anything. They get their hands on it. This thing he's got up by the tractor. I don't know why he's even got there, but that's it. See, he knows his business. I'm not gonna second guess the guy on his business. So, all right. So we've gotten three, and I think the first one was the one. All right. And then of course, that's where we stand on that. So Paul, as I said yesterday, was up, and he chatted away, and I happily listened. Well, it's a different thing to see him every 2 or 3 weeks as it is to live with him. Now, listen, I mean, as I said, I love the guy, but just can't. You can't listen to this shit all the time. You can't. I can't. I couldn't. But he's looking good. He's looking better. He's looking fine. And, he's clearly happier living away from me than he was living here. And good for him. And, he's a good guy. I mean, I lived with a guy for over 30-some years. I mean, I love the guy. I just can't live with him. I don't know, and maybe I don't know. Given that I never even thought about it this way, maybe there were some things he wanted to say about me that he never said, which would make sense. Oh, it's pointless. At this point, it's pointless. Here I am. I fell in love with this guy from Australia. It's just, Lord, it just goes on and on and on. And my good dear Dill, daughter-in-law, she clearly, feels, that's not right. How do I phrase that? She clearly knows that I've been having a situation or, problematic thing in my head and emotions. And she's a good soul. She's a good soul. And she expressed some caring about that the other night, and I thank her for that. I like this. I'm trying to get my, let's see. I got my little calic here. If you can even tell us. Okay. Well, that's about it. Well, apparently the good Jake will be out till next Tuesday of next week. Once a day and checking the traps and things. So we'll see. All right. I really want to try to put the stuff from oh oh hell, the Europe trip. But it's like, gosh, it's hard to tell. So, all right. Well, all right. So thank you all for listening to me about this. We'll just have to see. All righty. Bye-bye. Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Wednesday, February 6, 2019 at 19:10 in the afternoon Eastern Time, or the evening now Eastern Time. Excuse me. God blesses everyone. Now it seems that last night was the State of the Union address, which is always a bunch of fun political street theater that gets dragged out every year and has its own little sort of assumed protocols that are violated at the peril of the press making a big hoo-ha tizzy thing about it. This is, okay, that's fine. The Constitution requires the President to give a report to Congress from time to time about the State of the Union. Doesn't say whether you have to go in person or write a letter or chat the hell up with somebody in the halls of the Capitol building or something about it, but that's what it says. Since 1913, when Woodrow Wilson, what a charlatan, self-righteous charlatan fuck he was, chose to do it in person, that's the way it's more or less been. So I guess Rick Perry, the Secretary of the Department of Energy, where do they get these? Why do we have to have all these departments? Rick Perry's probably a nice guy, a pretty decent guy, but he's the designated survivor. If God forbid, some horrible thing happens to the Capitol building while all of those people are clustered together in there. That's called a clusterfuck. Those of you who have been in the military know, and I've not been in the military, but I've talked to enough people who have been in the military that have told me about the phrase clusterfuck. This often happens during the prayers of the people, well, not prayers of the people, when you're in church. I call that a cluster piece. The aisles get clogged. You're having a cluster piece. God bless us all. So I fully intended to stay up and watch this thing last night, but I didn't. And I woke up at like 12:30 in the morning, and I thought, I didn't watch Trump's speech. Well, I'll look at it when I wake up in the morning, which I did. So when I finally got around looking at it, I looked at around 10:30 or 11 o'clock this morning. Well, you know, it wasn't bad. I mean, you know, it's a set speech. It's a set speech. I always like to see how people use, like Obama used teleprompters. Bush 2 didn't use teleprompters. He had this flip book stuff, like I use when I read in church. Trump has this teleprompter thing, and it looked like he had some sort of tick. He was always looking over to the Republican side, but, occasionally he would look over to the Democrat side. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that if you're going to look over the Democrat side over there, you're going to see all these absolutely, off the wall. How can I say this kindly? Listen, I have no problem with women that want to be their own woman, and this. I don't. I really have no. I realized early on when my sister went to Ohio State and came back and talked about how women were getting the shit end of the stick on a lot of stuff. I know that. I realized that. But there's ways to demonstrate. Now, I have to admit, I do like the white. I did like the white, thing. But on the other hand, you've got, and then you've got this Ocasio, this nitwit, this bartendress that was elected here to the House of Representatives. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. If she had anything important to say, other than just like confiscate everybody else's fucking money and give it away, screw that. Anyway, it was fun to see all of this. But I watched that this morning. I generally always try to watch at least. I didn't watch. I think I only watched one or two of Obama's. It's always that. It's like June, like 8-sentence phrase, pause. 8-sentence phrase, pause. Look up here. Look up there. Scan the skies. Seek God's guidance. The way he was. What a piece of work he was. And of course, Bill Clinton was the same way, and his wife would have been even worse. Thank God we were spared that one. Okay. Well, so you saw the latest update on the raccoon situation here. And so there it is. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. Very good. So I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and a lot of whom I can't name, actually, because I can't reply directly to y'all because of the way the YouTube stuff works. Or if I can, I haven't figured it out yet. I want to particularly thank, Emo and Izzy and Gil Crabtree and the wine reviewer dude from Louisville. And And you all know who I watch and watch me. And Annie Farmer, of course. Annie, God bless you, Annie. You know, and, it's fun. It's a fun hobby, isn't it? I think it is, anyway. So we got the Trinity, you got St. Cuthbert, and you got sort of like the Celtic thing, and you got the Trinity in the middle. There's a theme there. I want to get a Jerusalem cross, the Jerusalem cross here, the four Crusaders cross here this spring. That'll be my next and probably last to do, as my Australian friend would say, to do. I always love it. He says, well, if this were my to do, and he sat there in San Francisco and drew me the to do he would like. And I miss him desperately too. That's just me. I'm a romantic. Alrighty, I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers.